Hello and welcome. After yesterday's Furutaka video and a lot of negativity about my opinion of the ship, I decided to push forward the video of the strongest Tier 5 cruiser. This is essentially an Omaha with better torpedoes, and it is of course the mighty Murmansk. Now this ship is very powerful, not only for its tier, but overall. It is a light cruiser. Well, it really is just an Omaha with better torpedoes now. The longer range is the same as the buffed Omahas now.
Enemy heavily damaged.
It's the usual light cruiser stuff, which means that almost anything can penetrate from the broadside with AP, as is the case for almost every ship at this tier. It is super maneuverable. It can bring 5 guns on target if it goes straight for the target, which is something essentially no other ship can do. At least I can't think of anything. On top of that, since it has guns around it, you can keep turning and you will probably still have some guns on target. Anyways, I start out by going straight ahead. I sunk some other cruiser, some destroyer, and now I'm trying to cap. This is some really weird carrier drop. Probably looks to be an automatic drop. Anyway, since the Omaha is there, I'll just fire AP. Because, you know, I can just penetrate if I properly hit from this angle. I mean, range. AP doesn't really work against a battleship because, you know, it's in New York. Even Congos have trouble penetrating the citadel with their main guns. So I swap back to HE and just fire at the New York. I noticed that the carriers are in the middle behind the B cap, and it would be extremely nice if I could get in there. That would be some really useful kills, but before that we need to deal with at least the Omaha and at least one of the battleships. I mean, it might end up being extremely painful if I get broadsided by one of the battle boats. Seems like another battleship is also coming in here that we do need to deal with at some point anyway. Okay, this should deal with the Omaha soon. Oh, I guess it survived this volley. Let's try another one. I keep my nose pointed straight at essentially both the battleships and the Omaha, because even a cruiser will have trouble hitting due to dispersion. I mean, yes, 1 or 2 shells might hit, but it won't be many of them. Since the Omaha has so low HP, I just fire HE, since it doesn't really matter which kind of shells they are. They will probably still kill the Omaha, as they did. And look, right now you saw the maneuverability of the ship. You can turn and still fire your guns almost all the time, which is something that most other ships do not offer, and it is extremely powerful. I'm actually thinking that the Omaha is more powerful than the Cleveland. And even the ships past that. It's just that since she's lower tier, she doesn't get match made into those games as much. Of course, she has trouble at those tiers, unlike at this tier, where she just demolishes everything. And when I talk about the Omaha, I also mean the Murmansk, since they're both essentially the same ship. One just gives a ton of more credits. Anyways, it seems this New York isn't very interested in firing at me, which is excellent, but still, I would feel a bit better if he sank. Okay, never mind. It seems he's firing at me. For that, I immediately start turning towards him, and I managed to do quite a bit of a turn before the shells actually landed, so that was nice. If I had started to turn maybe a second earlier, I might have not been hit at all. Anyways, if I could get into the middle, that would be very good. At that point, the battleships couldn't fire at me anymore. I don't understand why they aren't firing at me, like all of them. Oh yeah, since this ship actually has like 8-kilometer torpedoes, might as well fire one of them at the Wyoming. I don't hope for much, but it might help. Even if it makes the Wyoming turn away for a moment, it might give me enough time to get behind an island so he can't fire at me anymore. Because at this range, since I have no choice but to show my broadside, that stuff hurts a lot. For some reason the other battleship is firing HE though. But since I spotted the Bogue, let's just fire HE at him, since I think the Bogue is a bit of a bigger target. When I say bigger, more important is what I mean. Ooh! The Wyoming ate enough torpedoes to just die. Excellent. And Independence should be somewhere here as well, so... Oh, I think I found the Independence. Should be there. I mean, that's where the plane spawns, right? There's no way the plane is inside the mountain. And since it seems that the Independence has beached herself, I can fire torpedoes once they're up again. Oh my god, those dive bombers did so much damage. Wow, I sure hope I don't die to just dive bombers. That would be... Please at least let me kill one of the carriers. Otherwise that would be quite distressing. I guess the one thing this ship would be missing if it were a higher tier is the fact that it doesn't have defensive fire. If it had that as well, then it definitely would be fine at like tier 7 even, in my opinion at least. Actually, I've started to really like light cruisers. I think that if Wargaming would make a full tier that is pure light cruiser, I would enjoy that quite a bit more than heavy cruiser. And I hope that will be enough to kill the Independence. Now it's time to fire on the... Oh my god, the ship has secondaries! I did not think of that actually. I need to make distance between me and the Vogue. And hopefully before I die, I fire these torpedoes, maybe they will hit. Maybe the Vogue is oblivious, but maybe she isn't. Anyways, I need to stay further away because those secondaries might actually kill me if I am unlucky. And if I can keep her on fire, that's good enough, I guess. It seems the Vogue reacted to the torpedoes, but fires are enough. This should probably be able to take care of the Vogue already, so I guess I managed to fulfill my objective and get into the middle and kill the carriers. This is quite a lot that I did for my team. Well, at this point there are 4 enemies left. We can see one destroyer and both of the cruisers. The plan now is to go into the A-cap and use my scout plane to fire at the Cleveland and the Omaha if they are out of range. It appears that the Mutsk isn't actually moving for whatever reason. I don't know why, excellent Omaha was dealt with. So it's just the Cleveland. Because I have no HP, I want to just stay away. I think that the second destroyer is somewhere around the Cleveland, at least I would hope so. So getting the A-cap would... I mean, we're still behind in points, so it's kinda important. And since I don't want to be hit by almost anything, as I would simply sink, I'm not gonna go close to the Cleveland, at least try not to. Yeah, it definitely seems that that other destroyer is AFK, or, well, not moving for whatever reason. So I wanted to launch my scout plane, but I accidentally pressed the wrong key, so I activated sonar. Not that it matters at this point. Actually, I think I might need to lead a little more on the Cleveland from this range. Yeah, still need even more. Well, I'm in the A-cap now. Oh! Well, I found the second destroyer. He was not near the Cleveland. This is very unfortunate. Like, this is extremely bad. Because I didn't get the A-cap and they managed to kill me. And they are still ahead in points. And ahead in cap points. Well, we are getting cap B, so at least they won't be running away, but I think that at this point they actually need to get to C as, I mean A as well. Okay, since I have the power of the rewind and jump forward, I know what happens. These guys are gonna do everything they can to try to lose the game. And when I say that, they do extremely silly things. So, one of the silly things that happened is that this Phoenix went and picked a fight with the Cleveland, as we just managed to equalize our points with less than a minute to go. It would be okay if this Phoenix could kill the Cleveland, but as we can see, he doesn't really do anything, sadly. So, when I say that they try to do everything in their power to lose, it's not exactly wrong, but kind of is. I mean, it's not like they gave up the game completely. 20 seconds left, and this Phoenix is gonna die. This puts us in a pretty bad situation. Well, they have a points lead, and timer's ticking. And luckily, we managed to win by 8 points. This was way closer than it should have been. But anyways, quite the game. 171 hits and 2800 base score. I mean, even compared to the carries, this is more than anything else in this game. I think more than the bottom half of my team together is less. This is 150k damage, actually 154k damage at tier 5 in a cruiser. So anyways, if you enjoyed this video, then please subscribe, and thanks for watching. And also I wanted to mention that I'm gonna add a pretty good Furutaka video in the annotation. You should check that guy's Furutaka video, it's pretty nice.